Welcome to Post with Call. My name is Stephen Dawes, and today I am talking about the West Ham game. I have to say, I was proved wrong. If you watched my preview video, I thought that we were going to lose this game. I thought that it was going to be one of those games we were going to suffer. It didn't happen, and we managed to get a decent draw in the end. So fair play to the players. Absolutely fantastic result, and yes, it's just a point, but it's a point more than I thought we were going to have. And with the tough games we've got coming up, I really think it was a good point to stop the rot of the last few defeats that we've had. So it was a good result for us. In terms of personnel, I mean, obviously we still had Elise in there, we had Lerma in there, we had Hughes in there. We've got a few players out, of course. We've got Eze who was out, which is still up in the air at the moment as to how long he's going to be out for. So it was always going to be difficult because Eze, I think, adds so much to the team when he's there, and he and Elise link together so well that it's always going to be a bit of a struggle. Elise, I don't think is 100% fit yet, and not match fit anyway. I think that he's still struggling a little bit, but he played the whole game, which is fantastic to see that. And certainly he was trying his best to make something happen, which again is what you expect from him, really. So I think that when you are, when you're in the position that we are at the moment, you have to try and dig deep and fight for every point that you've got. And I think that we were doing that most of the time in this game. I think that there were periods of time when we had, a decent possession. There were times when West Ham had decent possession, and I think that it was for West Ham after the first goal went in, which was obviously, at the point I was thinking to myself, this is the first of many. Turned out not to be, but when that first goal went in, I think that West Ham relaxed a lot, and they were pumping the ball around and passing it really well, and I thought that it was one of those they were going to just see the game out, but didn't work out that way. And it turned out that actually it was a bit of luck for us, a bit of good fortune for us that led to our goal, with the defender mispassing it, Edouard getting onto it and putting the ball nicely past the keeper. Now I have to say, and I'm fully going to admit this, when he got the ball and he was heading towards goal, I didn't think he was going to score, but he did, to his credit. And he's scored a few goals this season. Hopefully he's going to score a lot more. Great result for him, and certainly a great goal for him to score. And at 1-1, I thought the game was still open because yes, we weren't really producing a huge amount going forward. I mean, I don't think either goalkeeper was that particularly worried in this game. Neither of them had to pull off a number of good saves. But I think that it was one of those games where I think we kind of cancelled each other out a little bit. West Ham were playing okay, we were playing okay. It wasn't anything major in terms of our possession or the ways there was a couple of little interchanges, a couple of little chances that we created going forward, which I thought that was a nice little interplay and things like that. But in general terms, I think it was one of those games where it was kind of fought out in the middle of the park, which was fine, because obviously what you don't want is to have a game where you're behind you're behind the line, you're defending for your life. Towards the end of the game, it was a bit like that. They were trying to get the goal, and West Ham, obviously being the home team, are going to be pushing things forward, and they were for periods of time, and I felt that we dealt with those fairly well. Obviously we had players playing in positions that I don't think are necessarily right for them at the moment, but I don't think there was anyone in particular who didn't play very well. I think Lerma played okay. Hughes did the best job he could considering the position he was playing and how he was playing. I don't think he could have done much better. Riedwald came on for him at some point in the game, and it was just it was an okay game. I don't think that it was one of those where you think that we were really firing on all cylinders, because I don't think we were. But even though it wasn't our best performance, even though we've still got some good players out, a point is a point, and for me that's an encouragement, because what you want is to be picking up points even when you're not 100%. So it's great for us that we've got this point against West Ham, because we have got some tough teams coming up. Although, seeing the games recently, seeing the results recently, we're going to be playing some of these teams that are going to have opportunities against them. I mean, Manchester City, they've just conceded 3 goals at Tottenham. Now I know that Tottenham, you might say Tottenham on paper are better than us, you might not, but it shows that they've got a weakness at the back there, and if we can exploit that, then who knows where the game could go. And on our day, as I've said before, we can beat anyone. Now I have to say, and I have to, be honest about this, I don't think this is our best season. I don't think that, for one reason or another, the team aren't quite gelling as well as they have in previous seasons. I don't think Roy's happy for whatever reason. I don't think he's entirely happy with what's going on. So it's going to leave a bit of a dampener on our season. What I'm hoping for is that we get a few points out of these next few games to give us a bit of an impetus to stay around the mid-table area, so we're not going to be dropping too low, because once you start to drop, that's when anxiety, fear can creep in among players and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that's not going to happen. I'm hoping that we're going to be keeping calm, maybe getting the odd point here and there just to keep us in a good position, so that we're not worrying about looking downwards. There are fans that are worried about looking down. There are fans that are saying that we're going to get relegated. I don't think it's in that position yet. I don't think we're in that position yet. But obviously it's a worry, because we haven't been performing as well as I think we can perform, and we've had injuries to key players, so it's going to be difficult for us. But we have to be positive when positive things happen, and a point is a point. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this game. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought about the game itself, whether you thought that maybe we should have won by a few more goals, or do you think that actually West Ham outplayed us? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and let me know down in the comments as always. And also don't forget to subscribe for more Crystal Palace news, views and reviews.